Hey guys, this video has been super requested, and I've actually been wanting to make it for a while now, and I figured since Arya was sleeping, why not? So instead of getting emotional right now about it, let's get to it. So I just want to start at the very beginning, like the very beginning. So I graduated high school a year early. I ended up doubling up, and I graduated a month after I turned 17. Um, and I went like the following semester straight into college, and that's where I met Chad. So we did like hit it off right at the beginning. Like I literally met him and like just never left. Like I just literally just never left. And it was like that honeymoon phase. Like it was real. It was a honeymoon phase type thing. Um and then we ended up dealing with some drama shortly after with like, roommates and all that college ordeal and whatever. And we went through some tough time, but we ended up working it back out. So I know that a lot of people don't know this, but Aria was planned. We did try for so I conceived in November and we started trying I think in October. I got like an app and it showed me everything about how I was ovulating, like when was the best time to do it to conceive. That sounded awful. But anyways, so we didn't try for very long. We did end up getting pregnant in November, and I took a test in December, mid-December. I, did all the, I made a doctor's appointment the day that I found out. I got an ultrasound done. They do like all like you pee in a cup and they test it. And it was so early that like at first the nurses were like, and like the nurse went to like one of the doctors and she came back. She's like, okay, yeah, it is positive. But so we did all that, I set up appointments. And then telling our parents, it was kind of tricky because like we did try for a baby, which isn't super recommended. Obviously we have a lot of people who judged us for it because we're so young, especially I am, or I was, I guess, because I was so young. So we were kind of like, we were excited but like nervous to tell people. So we knew that Chad's family would be really excited because Chad's a little bit older than I am, so it wasn't as big of a deal. But telling my mom and my dad, I knew was going to be like the hardest thing I've ever had to like tell them. So I ended up contacting a photographer and meeting him shortly after we found out we were pregnant, because we found out like I think it was December 16th of 2017 that we found out I was pregnant. Like that's when I took the test. So I contacted a photographer shortly after, and we met at like a local park and we got pictures done. And I actually have the onesie hanging on the wall, and it says like something, what does it say? It says Baby Sykes coming soon 2018. And so I did like the pictures with like the onesie, so I had that a lot in the pictures. And then we got a few normal ones done, and we went to, what do you want? What? Well, we ended up going to Walmart and like getting, okay, you get, stop, go lay down, go. We went to Walmart and I got like the multi-picture type frames, and we, obviously printed them off. I put them in there the way I wanted, wrapped them all up, and we did 3. We did one for Chad's mom and stepdad. We did one for my mom and my stepdad, and then we did one for my real dad. And we gave it to them, and like in the frame there were some normal ones, and then I think there was either 1 or 2 out of like all 7 that had the onesie in it, so it was kind of hidden. Like we didn't want them to like know right away. We wanted them to like look at it. And if I can find the video, like if I still have it on my phone, I'll insert the clip of Chad's mom on Christmas finding out here.
Go ahead, rip her. Well, just that ain't ripping it. Cool.
I can't see. What does that say?
I can't read it.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
So, but when we told Chad's mom, obviously she was super excited. Like his whole family was. And it was super early. Like we did Christmas at like 4 a.m. And so she was like calling everyone in their family and messaging them like, hey, call me, it's important. And it was great. Like it was great to start off with one that like she was super excited. And then we gave my mom hers at my grandfather's Christmas, because that's when we saw them next. Go lay down, go. And like I kind of regret the way that we gave it to her now, but it is what it is. I gave it to her in front of like everyone, and my mom is not really like an emotional person, and she doesn't like confrontation or anything, you know, like where we're around a lot of people. So she saw it and looked at it and just left the room crying, and like I didn't know how to like react, so I just kind of sat there for a few minutes trying to like give her space. And then I went upstairs and talked to her, and she was saying that like she's happy, you know, because a baby is always a blessing, and you know she'll love her grandbaby no matter what. But it's difficult for her to see me going through something similar to what she was, because she was only a little bit older than I was when I got pregnant. So she knew the pain and like all the stuff you have to deal with being a teen mom and being a young mom. So I know that she was happy for the baby in a way, but like also scared for me or saddened by the situation. Even though we had planned it, I don't think she knew that. So I could see in her face that she just felt all like the stress and pain that she had felt being a teen mom. And then when we told my dad, he was swearing and he was so angry, and he wouldn't hug my grandma, and he slammed the door and left. And like I just don't even want to talk about my dad that much. We've never had a good relationship. I actually wasn't allowed to see him for years. Like I just knew. So I told Chad, I was like, we need to get our stuff and leave before he gets violent. And we did. And I contacted him shortly after, like I went. And because I didn't get an abortion, we don't talk to this day. So that's all I want to say about my dad. But yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say. But after we told everybody, it was kind of just normal stuff, just doctor's appointments, yeah, all that jazz. Then we had the gender reveal.
So yeah, and have Chad grab the other.
I'm so excited.
You have to send me a picture.
Oh my God, we gotta count down from 10.
9, are you sure? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aww.
And it was a girl, and I didn't think it was gonna be a girl, and I was super excited. Then Chad had a diaper party, which I highly recommend though, because 2 weeks ago I think was the first time we ever had to buy diapers, like this whole time. So I would definitely recommend doing a diaper party, but it also makes the guy feel special, and like including all of his guy friends to celebrate the baby. It's just like something special that he can have on his own, because I know during a pregnancy the mom gets a lot of the attention. So I would recommend it. Like I know we're gonna have one for my next baby. And then at the diaper party, Chad proposed to me, and I wasn't expecting it at all, but like I knew something was up because he was being super weird that day. Like I can't even explain it. Like he was just being weird, and I knew something was up, but I didn't know that was up. But I also have a little video of that. So as you can see, Chad's mom was super excited again. She's in the background yelling. But yeah, so we got engaged the day of the diaper party, and I was due like a few weeks later. So it was just like, it was crazy because I was so stressed out about having the baby. Like I was in nesting mode, and that just made everything just perfect. Like I was just so happy, and like and so then we had Aria a few weeks later. We had her August 30th, 2018, which is exactly 1 year after we met. We met on August 30th of 2017. Just crazy fast, and crazy just, I don't even know. I can't even think of the word. But so we had Aria, and I was induced, which was super scary because everyone was telling me that being induced is like your contractions are much more painful. So I started having contractions after they gave me Cervidil, which thins out your cervix and whatnot. And so I started having What? So I started having contractions. I believe it was like 10 o'clock. It was an hour after they gave me the Cervidil. And this is at night, 10 p.m. And then, so, sorry, Aria woke up, but I started the contractions at 10 p.m. and I got an epidural at 2:30 a.m. because I was in so much pain, and the nurse that was in the room told me that I wasn't relaxed enough to dilate any further, and that all of my contractions basically were for nothing because I wasn't relaxed enough to like give birth, basically. So I got the epidural at 2:30, and then they woke me up I think once or twice, and then they woke me up again at 6 o'clock, and then I just couldn't go back to sleep after that. But at 6 o'clock is when they checked me for how dilated I was, and I was 6 centimeters, so I had gotten 1 centimeter further every hour. So the epidural really did help. I know some people are against it, but I don't think I would have been able to go through labor as easy and smoothly as I did. So my tip is just do you, and you know, if you're against it, you're against it. If you're for it, you're for it, you know. But I know that I wouldn't have been able to give birth without it. I was in so much pain, and I don't really have any side effects as of now, so I don't really have any negatives towards it, and it didn't hurt going in or anything. But we had her at 12:51 p.m. so right after noon, and we ended up staying in the hospital for the full 2 days, just because we felt more comfortable as first-time parents in the hospital to have all of the nurses around helping us and giving us advice, especially because I was fully committed to breastfeeding. I did want their support because they were showing me basically how to do it, giving me tips, all that, you know, everything. They were showing us how to do all these little tips like nobody else would have thought to show us or anything. Oh, pumpkin. So 6 weeks after I had her, I went back to work. Actually, I started a new job. I went to work at a daycare, and I had been told that they had a spot for Aria, and then when I started working, they didn't have that spot open anymore. So she had to go to Chad's mother, to her house. So I only worked part-time. I only worked 4 or 5 hours, I think, in a day because I didn't want to be away from her that long, and Chad's mom was only awake a certain amount of hours because she works nights. And then we ended up finding another babysitter. It was Chad's mom's friend, actually. Here you go. So Chad's mom's friend would watch her in the morning. Chad's mom would pick her up. It was just, yeah, it was crazy. And I started going full-time. And now I'm a stay-at-home mom because I hated being away from her. I was getting paid nothing. And the working environment was not ideal. So I just wanted to be home with her so bad. So now I'm home with her, and I babysit 2 kids, 2 little boys. They're about the same age. I babysit them. Oh, bless you. Oh. So, but anyways, I babysit the 2 little boys, and I watch her, and it's great. I mean, it's different. Like, if you need that money, like, don't try to stay home and expect you're gonna make the same. But for me, it wasn't really like that big of a deal to stay home, and I just like I didn't see her at all throughout the day. Like, she went to bed almost right after I would pick her up and get home with her, and it was like breaking my heart not seeing her grow up, not seeing her. And like, she just started to crawl this week, and like, if I would have missed that, I'd have cried. Or she just started saying dada, and so I don't regret that at all. Like, that has been like my like favorite thing about this whole thing, is to be home with her, watching her grow. And like, not only that, but like, I know she's with good people, but I'm always so yeah, you think so? I'm such a first time mom. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I want certain things to be done this way. I don't want them to be done this way. Like, I don't want her to eat that. I don't want her to be around these people. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm definitely micromanaging as a first-time mom. But, like, now that she's with me, I can feel, like, more at ease knowing exactly what she's doing, what she's eating, when she's sleeping. I can get her on a schedule, all that stuff. You think so? And not only that, but it's easier for me to plan the wedding. So that has been a huge help. Being able to be home and planning this wedding has helped tremendously, because I don't think I could come home after work and be tired and get a baby to sleep and then plan a wedding. Because we don't have a wedding planner or anything. I'm trying to plan this whole wedding with just like Chad and I and like, you know, a few of our family members. So we're getting married August 24th of 2019. And it's just gonna be great. So there's our story for the most part. If you have any questions that I didn't cover, go ahead and comment them below. If you have any just general questions that, even if they're like slightly off topic, like related to Teen Mom in some way, go ahead and comment those. I could either make another video or I'll message you back on there. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or if I was entertaining enough or my story was good enough, go ahead and subscribe. We'll be doing more videos shortly. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. Say bye!